Some breaking news now coming in. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has now put out a cryptic tweet. Now, this is hours after praising Narendra Modi. A cryptic tweet is now been posted by Shashi Tharoor. In this tweet, he has posted a picture of the Prime Minister with a finger on his lip. Is he being gagged? Is that what he's trying to say? That's the message we're trying to look out for. But for now, there is no message in that tweet. All Shashi Tharoor has put out is a picture of Prime Minister Modi with a finger on his lip. Vivek Narayan now joining me for more on this. Is this a cryptic tweet? Now, this sending out a message that is he being gagged for praising Prime Minister Modi?
Well, no doubt that it is a tweet which will make headlines the whole of the day today. Now, look at what he said. First, of course, he has tweeted this picture of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister was on a video link to On Manorama, the Manorama Group's one-day Kerala conclave. He was part of that. On top of the Prime Minister, his image with a finger on his lip, there is one word. Shashi Tharoor says, "My H." Is that a typo? Is that something that he did not do willfully, or is it something cryptic? Is he suggesting that he has been asked by his party to keep quiet on anything that's got to do with Prime Minister Narendra Modi? There is a history to it, remember, Poonam. Let me just run you through what's been happening. For the past couple of days, Mr. Shashi Tharoor has been facing flack from his party leadership for praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Say his party leaders, especially those in Kerala, saying that anyone who praises Narendra Modi has no space or place in the party. They will have to be summarily expelled and perhaps they should join the Bharatiya Janata Party. There was also a disciplinary hearing to which he wrote in. He was in Germany at that point. He wrote in saying that he does not regret what he has said, that he has proven time and again how anti-NDA he is. He has spoken in the parliament many times about the government's actions. He has also written a book on the Prime Minister, critiquing him one by one. Of course, look at what happened today. Today, the first tweet Mr. Shashi Tharoor did was on this. Again, as I said, the Manorama Group was holding an event, and there he said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ended his speech at the Manorama News Conclave by suggesting we all learn one new word a day from an Indian language other than our own. I welcome this departure from Hindi dominance and gladly take him up on this language challenge. The language challenge which was posed by the Prime Minister has been appreciated by the three-time Congress Member of Parliament from Kerala. Well, he has been reprimanded time and again by his party leadership, telling him not to say good things about Modi, but he hasn't heeded to that.
Right.
And just about 3 hours back, he tweeted that. And now, of course, the latest tweet, this is what he has said, "My H," and this. So obviously, it doesn't need too much of reading between the lines. It's quite clear that he has been told by the party leadership to keep quiet. Mum is a word.
Right, Vivek, and it'll be interesting to see how the Congress reacts to this, because just yesterday, Kerala Congress, after they pulled him up, came out and said that it's a closed chapter now and there is no reason to be talking about what Shashi Tharoor did and what action is going to be taken. And now he's put out this tweet about 12 hours later.
Precisely, Tharoor has been quite defiant about this. He said that when it comes to making critical comments of the government, when and where it is required, I do that. We should not be, as earlier his colleague said, demonizing Prime Minister Modi, is what Jairam Ramesh had said. He seemed to be agreeing with that in multiple occasions. And also, he's not taking back his words ever. Even in his reply to the Disciplinary Action Committee to Mr. Mullapalli Ramachandran, he had very clearly said, and he had actually listed the times that he had taken on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP government on its policies, and he has said that if there is anything positive, we should not be critiquing that. We should not speak against that. That will lower the value of our criticism of the Prime Minister and the government. So essentially, it's a big slap in the face for the party leadership, whether it be in Kerala or across the state, and even in Delhi. He's a man who has won thrice over and has said that unlike many others, I have won my seat. Well, that's also a left-handed compliment to everyone, including his fellow Member of Parliament from Kerala, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who lost his Amethi seat.
Right, Shashi Tharoor there is not the only Congress leader who has come out and praised Prime Minister Modi, but he was one who stood up against the Congress when he was actually pulled up for that comment. He said, like you mentioned, that I have won 3 consecutive elections and you may not agree with my approach, but I urge my partymen to respect it.
There are several lobbies, several factions to the Congress. There is the Antony faction, there is the earlier Karuna Karan faction, there is a Uman Chandi faction, there is a Ramesh Chanitala faction. Well, this man, Shashi Tharoor, has never been part of any of these lobbies, and he has stood tall, even against one of the most prominent and formidable Bharatiya Janata Party candidates, former Governor Kumanam Rajashekaran. He had a tough fight, not just this time, even earlier also against O. Rajgopal. It was perhaps the most keenly contested fight. So he has taken the fight from the BJP. He has time and again proven himself. So it is difficult for the Congress party to gag a person who's proven his mettle. Now that's precisely what Tharoor is time and again using against his own party, telling them that I cannot oppose him just because he's BJP. If he's the Prime Minister of the country, if he's addressing a conclave, and if he's come out with a positive idea, whether it be learning a new language which is not your mother tongue, 1 word a day challenge, I accept that, and it's a positive challenge. And he tweeted by saying something, a Malayalam word, he has tweeted that with a Hindi explanation, with the Hindi meaning of that, and an English meaning, urging his followers to do the same on the internet. It will be interesting to see what, and if ever, the Congress leadership takes any action at all or speaks about this issue.
Also, the timing is very pertinent, isn't it? It comes at a time when the Prime Minister himself has welcomed constructive criticism from the opposition parties.
Precisely, that's the gist of the Prime Minister's speech today, saying that I would welcome your opinion, but as long as it is constructive, you can criticize me on issues, on problems which you see in my ideas, and he's welcomed that kind of criticism. But when this kind of criticism comes from within the Congress, somehow the Congress party is just not ready to listen to it. The party is already torn. There are rebels in Madhya Pradesh, in Haryana we saw how Huda had taken straight on the Congress leadership. He had several legislators with him and said the Congress party has lost its way. Right. And despite that, the Congress party's central command, which hardly has any grip on things, going in all force, going and bringing him back to fold. So this is what essentially is happening. Anyone who is critical of the central leadership, anyone who is challenging the leadership is getting scot-free. It will be interesting, as I said, as time and again there is a publicly Mr. Shashi Tharoor has challenged.
Right, so it will be very interesting to see how the Congress reacts to this cryptic tweet of Shashi Tharoor. Thank you so much, Vivek, Narayan, for joining us with the details. But moving on to some other breaking news that's now come.